It's good stuff in California.
Yes, it is. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Monterey Salinas Transit Board of Directors meeting. Today is Monday, September the 8th. It is 10 o'clock. And I'd like to welcome everyone here today. So let's begin our meeting with roll call, please, Jeanette.
City of Carmel by the Sea.
Here.
City of Delray Oaks.
Here.
City of Gonzales.
Here.
City of Greenfield.
Here.
City of King. City of Marina.
Here.
City of Monterey.
Here.
City of Pacific Grove. City of Sand City. City of Salinas.
Here.
City of Seaside.
Here.
City of Soledad.
Here.
And County of Monterey.
Present.
And you do have a fun.
Very good. All right, I would like us to now stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Ed, could you lead us?
Please join us. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Moving on, review highlights of the agenda, and that will be Mr. Sidoric.
Thank you, Chair. Today we have we'll call it a closed session sandwich. We're going to move into closed session at the beginning so that we can take some action later on in the agenda. Then we're going to close with more closed session to talk about some future events regarding properties and incentive pools for staff. Elsewhere on your consent agenda, we're having two Employee of the Month presentations because last month, August, at our workshop, we didn't have time to do that. Also on the consent agenda, I lost my page. Also on the consent agenda, we have the surplus vehicles that are going to be retired. And I bring this to your attention because oftentimes there are community groups that can apply to have these vehicles transferred to them. They're a 501c3 and provide us with notice that they'd like to receive one of these old vehicles. We will make them available. So if you have folks in your community, please let them know. That's on the agenda. Under the action items, we have a collective bargaining agreement to ratify with the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 1225. We're coming back to you with the MST land utilization study for you to provide us with some direction on. You asked us to do this about, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, and we're finally getting back to you with that. And then we have a contract for legal and general counsel and labor negotiation services, an action item for your board. That concludes my review of the agenda.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Any questions? All right, we're going to make a slight change to the agenda. We are going to move the closed session item, which is item number 2, to item number 3, and we're going to push the public comments on matters not on the agenda up. So members of the public, anyone who wishes to address the committee can do so. May address the board on any matter related to the jurisdiction of MST that is not on the agenda. There's a time limit of not more than 3 minutes for each speaker. The public is encouraged to engage in public irrespective. Dialogue will result in speakers being muted or required if it's disrespectful. So anyone who wishes to come before the committee for public comment can do so now. And please state your name.
Good morning. My name is Willie Gray. I've been living here since 1968. I'm a retired building contractor. I work for the DMV and I work for the city of Seaside for a little while. I have a picture that I wanted to show you guys of the Salinas Transit bus, the old buses that used to be around a long time, probably for a lot of you guys was here. So
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Willie.
You're welcome.
So how did you obtain the picture?
It came from a friend of mine, JC. He taught me how to clean chimneys and stuff, and we worked for Carmel Realtors a lot. And one of the people who lived in the house, Mr. Williams, lived in one of the house, and he passed away, and his kids left JC with a lot of those things. And then JC, he lived with us for a while. My wife was his caregiver, and he passed away, and before he left me a bunch of things. And I just started as a volunteer for MST, so that's when I decided to bring that with here and show it to you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Selena's bound bus.
Willie,
Yes.
many years later, that was where I had my first date.
You have a picture of that.
No, but I married her.
Oh,
Was it light?
Yeah,
That's great.
Well,
Thank you.
that's a good ending to your story.
Yeah, for sure.
that's a great place.
All right. Thank you so much, Willie. We really appreciate seeing
Thanks,
that.
Willie.
Thank you. All right. Do we have anyone else who wishes to make a public comment? No? All right. Is there anyone on Zoom or I don't see anyone? All right. Well, then last call for public comment. Okay, I will now close public comment and move on to item number 2, which is a conference with the Monterey Salinas Transit and ATU labor contract government code 54957-6. And we will go into closed session at this time. Yes, sir. Open it up for public comment. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to address this? Seeing no one in the chambers, seeing no one online, I will now close public comment and we can move on to closed session. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Stretch.
Yeah.
Almost. Thank you, sir. You're looking awful good there, young man.
Number 2, closed session. I ask Michael Laredo to please report out.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The board did meet in closed session on this one item. This was conference with labor negotiators for the MST ATU contract under Government Code Section 54957.6. Under that topic, we did have a detailed discussion regarding the proposal that's before us. This is listed as an action item under item 7-1, and you'll have more time to discuss and act at that point.
Very good. Thank you so much. All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Item number 4. Is there anyone from the committee that wishes to pull any of the items on the consent agenda for discussion? No? Okay. All right, then I'll open it up to the public. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to pull an item from the consent agenda? Oh, then I'll close.
Consent.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
I just have a question.
Yes,
It's-
ma'am.
It's just a question on 4.8. The Salinas science workshop that came and presented to us, are they on that list already for
They
the
wanted a second bus?
one of the buses? Yeah.
Yeah, they want a large bus. These are all small buses, so, but we may. Norm? Do we have any large buses or
No, not in this group. that
Not
we're-
this go
next group we'll
Yeah,
we'll
next
have,
Group, we should have some, we do have some that are available, but not both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they don't want-
I think that would be- they want, yeah.
so we'll have 13 new buses, battery electric buses showing up maybe around the end of this calendar year. That'll free up some more
Right.
buses for distribution as well.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
yep.
All right, we have a first and second. All those in favor of approval of the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, I'm going to abstain because I wasn't here last time. All right, moving on to item number 5, recognitions, my favorite part, recognitions and special presentations.
Mr. Chair, just for the record, are you abstaining only from the approval of the minutes or the entire consent?
Oh, just the minutes. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yes. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
For clarification, Jeanette, did you get that?
Yes.
Yes. All right, moving on to item number 5, recognitions. Our first one is 5-1, August 2025, Employee of the Month. Greg Burchell, is it Burchell? Operations Supervisor, and we have Marzette, who will be making that presentation today. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair and members of the board. It's my privilege today to recognize MST's Employee of the Month for August 2025, Operations Supervisor Greg Burchell. Greg's journey with MST began in May 2014 as a coach operator. Prior to joining us, Greg worked for many years at his family's business, the Del Monte Gardens Skating Arena in Monterey, before joining MST. It was there that he learned the value of excellent customer service. To this day, I hear many kids who grew up in the Monterey Peninsula fondly remember the establishment, which became a local favorite for many years. After joining MST in 2014, Greg advanced to his current role as an operations supervisor in 2020, so in about 6 years, where he continues to make a significant impact on our daily operations and our community. As an operations supervisor, Greg is frequently selected as lead in support of major events for his solutions-oriented mindset. Throughout his career with MST, Greg's commitment to safety and record of achievement has earned him 6 safe driving awards for maintaining an accident-free record for 6 consecutive years as a coach operator. So you're essentially your entire career as a coach operator. You had a perfect record. And a line instructor. And also, Greg was recognized as an Employee of the Month in November 2018, prior to becoming an operations supervisor. Greg was also selected as a behind the wheel trainer and line instructor in 2015, your second year as a coach operator, demonstrating his ability to mentor and develop others. Today, Greg is a proud father and grandfather and adored by all, as I hear, and is and is joined by his wife to be with us today. Proudly recognize him, Greg, for his ongoing commitment to excellence and being a reliable and outstanding member of our team. Please join me in congratulating Operations Supervisor Greg Burchell as Employee of the Month for August 2025.
Well, the only way to shut me up is put me in front of a mic. So it'll be short. I appreciate this. I love working with the operations. All the guys and girls are great. And I love working with the public. I also like working with our drivers. Sometimes I have to talk them off the ledge more than I do the riders, but I appreciate the award. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was all right. So, yeah.
Oh, no, I got that.
He's got the check, but he's got to get this beautiful pin, right? Who cares about a check when you're gonna have a beautiful employee of the month pin, right? So Greg, as you heard, knows that whether it's at the roller rink or on the bus, the wheels go round and round, right? Absolutely.
Bigger wheels.
Just bigger wheels. So with that, I get out and ride the buses and am around the Salinas Transit Center, Monterey Transit Plaza. And Greg, he's like Santa Claus. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Wherever I turn around, there he is. So it's just great to know. And what you're seeing here, his easy smile and self-deprecating humor, that's part of what his humility. That's part of what keeps him successful. So with that, Greg, here's also your EOM resolution, and you have the thanks of the staff and the board. So let's get your picture taken and get it up on social media.
We're all right.
Family. Here we go. Here, you're in the center.
We need a band.
You're the star. Here we are. You're smiling. Press supporting. Here we go.
Yeah, I get rid of this. Yeah, totally.
Okay, moving on to 5/2, September 2025 Employee of the Month. Kelly Soriano, Mobility Specialist. And it looks like it's Ikuyo. Are you going to be speaking? Because I see you standing up. Oh, Ikuyo's over there. So it's Christy. Ikuyo standing. I thought you. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, MST Board, MST staff, and members of the public. I'm Christy Sugabo, Mobility Services Manager. I am pleased to present Kelly Soriano, who has been selected as the Employee of the Month for September. Kelly joined MST in 2022 as one of our mobility specialists. She demonstrates exceptional customer service and has a strong commitment to MST's mobility programs and services. Kelly provides administrative support to the Navigator Volunteer Program. Her commitment is evident through the high level of professionalism she demonstrates with the volunteers. And she actively seeks new opportunities to recruit volunteers by collaborating with other community-based organizations and coordinating outreach efforts to promote the program. For anyone who is familiar with volunteer recruitment, finding the right volunteer is challenging. When Kelly started, we actually had only 2 volunteers. But as of this morning, we have 9, 2 of which is youth and 7 those who are 18 and older. And then there's actually 3 pending. But that's not all. When Kelly is not doing volunteer related work, she is supporting the travel training program, where she teaches our community members how to use the MST bus system. And working together with our newest mobility team, Luisa, Kelly's 2 recent training sessions were taking a group of seniors from Castroville to the Monterey County Fair Senior Day. And then just last week, she taught a group of seniors from Marina to ride MST to go to the aquarium. Kelly's outgoing and friendly personality allows her to communicate effectively with MST's customer. I am grateful to have her as one of our team members. And please join the mobility team, who are majority of us are here today, to congratulate Kelly Soriano as the Employee of the Month for September. Congratulations.
Thank you. I wrote a little speech. All right. Good afternoon, members of the board and to my MST family. I started working in the mobility department about 3 years ago in December. I am very lucky to work with a great group of professionals who are caring and make a difference in the lives of seniors, people with disabilities, and veterans in the county of Monterey. I could not do the work that I do without my colleagues and our wonderful volunteers. Thanks to the great team we have, we are able to do more outreach in Monterey County, and we're hoping to continue to do even more. Thank you for the recognition. I really appreciate it. And I really love what I do. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And I think proof is about loving what you do is in the results that you get. Growing this program up to 9 volunteers and more on the way. Sometimes we try to attract new riders through advertising on the radio or television or print ads, and sometimes we go at it one at a time. And that's what Kelly's out there doing, teaching new riders how to use our services, sometimes a single person at a time, and it makes a huge difference. That's why we're being so successful. So with that, I'd like to present you with your plaque and your pen. And unlike Mr. Burchell, you had not received your check yet. So here's your check too. All right. Thank you.
Nothing says I love you like a check.
My mother-in-law, thank you. And my mother-in-law.
That was is that a group? Nothing says I love you.
That's okay.
Modesto City Council, but he turned out. He ran for city, se quedó cuando vino a UC Santa Cruz.
Oh, coming in the way.
Sir?
No, we still have a couple more. So it's good. All right, our next recognition goes for 25-year service anniversary for Christopher Carbonell, coach operator, and Marzette Henderson will be back up here to present this recognition.
Morning again, Marzette Henderson, Transportation Manager, MST. Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chair and Board. It's my pleasure to recognize Coach Operator Chris Carbonell, who unfortunately isn't able to join us this morning, for 25 years of dedicated service with MST. Chris is known throughout MST not only for his hard work and reliability and his camaraderie with his coworkers, but also for his legacy of excellence. And that is reflected in his long list of awards and recognitions. Over the years, Chris has earned numerous safe driving awards, including over 17 years of accident-free driving over his 25-year career. As a line instructor, he's also played an important role in shaping our next generation of coach operators by earning and recognized for his work there by earning multiple certificates of appreciation for his service in that role. Additionally, Chris has received exemplary attendance awards several times over the years, showing his dependability and strong work ethic. On behalf of MST, we thank Chris Carbonell for his 25 years of service with MST and to the community we serve and for his outstanding contributions. Congratulations.
Marzette.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, and our last recognition is of the MST facilities team for their supreme efforts renovating the Rianda Operations Center.
We have a slideshow.
All right.
I do. Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Vice Chair Worthy. Thank you, board members and members of the public for being here today. It's my pleasure to introduce and kind of go over a project that we have been working on. Well, the folks here you'll be seeing behind me have been working on for a couple of months. So I wanted to give you some context about what has happened here and why we're doing it. So the Rianda Operations Center, we call it the ROC, required renovation, right? We were given notice that we were no longer being able to lease the facility out at JLW where we house the Transdev operations. So with that, we had to act quickly. So we had to rely on our boss here, CEO, and also on the deputy CEO to help find a new location. We did that, found a new location in the city of Salinas. And then we had to act quickly. Had to act very, very quickly. So from July to August 30th was kind of the time period that we had to get this operation ready and ready to go. So next slide, please. Just a little bit of what we're going to be talking about today. I'm not going to take up too much time, and I wish I had a whole bunch more pictures that I could show you, but really I wanted to get these people in here so that you can put a face to the name to see what they did. So a little bit about the project we talked about. I'm going to tell you what the team had to do, and then also at the end, we're going to recognize the team for the efforts. Next slide, please. So as I discussed, we had to move out of JLW. We got that notice. We had to act very, very quickly. The lease ended or is scheduled to end the end of September 30th. The facility is at Rianda was previously operated by a garbage refuse company. And so there was a lot of work that we had to do. So many things that we had to do, but we had to renovate it, get it ready to go. Next slide, please. You can see here, there were inadequate service space. So there was a big giant garage, but there was a lot of work that had to be done. We had limited storage and just the workflow itself was inefficient for what we saw and what we had to do. There was cracked pavement. The yard was uncontrolled. The CNG fueling station. So there was a compressed natural gas fueling station with fueling stations all throughout the yard. All that stuff had to be removed. All of this had to be decommissioned, removed. We had to do some yard improvements. We did striping in the yard. There's a whole lot of stuff that we had to do. Next slide, please. So this is essentially the renovation process, right? There was demolition. We had to do some site preparation. There was infrastructure, installation of things that we had to install, both equipment. We had reels. We set up a lift. There was other equipment that we had to install. The floors had to be cleaned, improved. The yard had to be improved. And then commissioning. We did the final testing of equipment and components that were in the shop to get it ready to go. Next slide, please. Afterward, we now have a facility that's been renovated. The service bays are new. They're clean. They're bright. We've got LED lighting all throughout this, we went through and we did a lot of painting, cleanup, just a full renovation essentially is what we did. So you'll see there's safety posts that we had to install, newly installed reels for our fluids, oils, and lubricants. We have a dedicated tire and storage bay. We expanded and clearly marked all of our service bays. So there's a ton of things that are in there now. They got so much room. I would guess that the service bays that they have now, the garages that we're working out of compared to JLW, probably about 5 times the size. Oh, yeah, at least 5 times the size. So they have plenty of room to work with. As far as safety, things have been cleaned up. They've been addressed. Any safety issues have been worked out. You can see the results, but really the pictures don't do it justice. If there's a time that you have, and maybe I can, I'll work with Carl if you guys want to get out there and take a look at it. It's within the city of Salinas. Next slide, please. More stuff that we installed. We got a heavy duty lift that we helped install over there. Tire racks. We installed tire racks. We got jacks and balancers. Forklift was brought in. That's what they use for material handling. We installed part shelving all throughout the warehouse as well. But now there are dedicated racks. There's it's organized, it's clean, and there's a lot of space there. Next slide, please. The office area. There are some things that I wanted to show you, but this is the new office now. There was an old there was old carpet. There was just, you know, a lot of work that we had to do. And we got a great owner as well, right? The person that we lease, the family that we lease from, they're wonderful. They helped coordinate a lot of the work, but we did most, if not all of the work. We did it safely. We did it as quickly as possible. You'll see now that there's durable flooring throughout. Everything is fresh and bright, natural lighting, a ton of natural lighting. So we really let in the light to kind of bring more natural light in there as well. There's dedicated spaces for meetings, trainings. There's offices and admin spaces there. Next slide, please. The yard itself, that just gives you kind of a bit of what it looked like before. If you can imagine a giant CNG tank with a fueling station that's surrounded by a gate. Removed all of that, worked with the owner to get everything done and prepped and ready to go. Across the street, we secured the parking lot with the Knights of Columbus. They were gracious enough to extend an offer, and we agreed to lease the parking lot across the street, which is behind their building. That's all secured as well. So that opened up more parking for employees to park at instead of having to find parking, you know, along Rianda all throughout. There's really limited and tight spaces there. Next slide, please. And this is what we're trying to get to here today, is to recognize the folks who did the work. They came through in time of need. They helped us really get the job done. I've heard a lot of great comments from people who have been to the facility, also from our contractor Transdev. Just wanted to remind you guys, Transdev took it and they launched their operation July 1st. And right after they launched, we basically told them, hey, you guys are having to move out. And so 60 days from that time, these folks over here made it happen. We essentially have a new facility is what we have now. Yeah. I know Paul wanted to say something. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then also I wanted to bring Paul up so he can introduce the folks that made this happen. So, Paul, yeah.
And while all that's going on, this team is responsible for maintaining 3 operations and maintenance divisions, this building, you know, the HVAC and all the other mechanical pieces that go along with that, as well as our bus stop shop in Monterey and the Salinas Transit Center. So that's 3, 5, 6 buildings that they're taking care of. Oh yeah, and then there's about 1,000 bus stops between Gilroy and Paso Robles and throughout the Salinas Valley and on the peninsula that they also take care of, all while doing this on top of it. So tremendous extra effort by this team. And I want to thank Paul and everyone here for everything you've done to help us get to this point. We're in a better location in Salinas, and frankly, at a lower rate than the Army was charging us on a month-to-month basis. So all in all, you can't beat that. Thank you, gentlemen. Come on up. Get some other music.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Right across the street from the new police station.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. I'll have to go by.
So this is the facilities team. I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank each and every one of you guys. You guys worked extremely hard on this project. I couldn't have done it without them. They're the first ones to call to get stuff done, and that's what we did, and we accomplished it. And each and every one of these guys, they worked extremely hard. On top of all the bus stops we got to take care of, all the calls we had to take care of during that time. So they all stepped up and accomplished this. So thank you very much, team. You guys, they did a great job. And that place is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. From what it used to look like. Yeah. When we first got there, we were like, uh-oh. But we had a picture, and we decided to go off that picture. It's going to look just like any other building that we have here, any maintenance building, any administrative building, and we did it. We got it done.
Good job.
Also, I want to thank Transdev because they did a really good job of transitioning from out of JLW into the new facility. So they did it extremely fast.
They did a wonderful job. They had, they assigned a project manager. And I was just having, you know, a little bit of anxiety going into the whole thing, but as we went through the process, it was clear. They had a plan, they had a project, they had a project manager. Every week we met, we went over every milestone and task that we had to deliver on, and they delivered.
Yes.
They absolutely, yeah.
So, thank you, team. You guys want to say, you guys want to? Johnny? Johnny's always got a good word. Dustin?
Okay, they're all shy. Thank you all. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, we're gonna take a picture of the whole? How are we gonna do that?
Probably right there in the center there.
All right,
Give everybody in the shot.
there we go.
And Miss Worthy's gonna join you.
Stand
Yeah,
right.
come on in.
Damn right.
All right.
You're chair for a day, so enjoy it.
Yeah, really. Kind of like Queen for the days.
We getting a tour?
You can.
So it's over by the police department instead?
Yes. Yeah.
Right behind it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Near Griffin and Market.
Yeah, I know exactly. Where it is. Yeah. Job, guys.
Thanks.
Thank all of you.
Matt.
We need them in government.
Whoa.
Great job.
So if you're interested in a tour, let me know or Jeanette know, and we can set up some time, meet you
Yeah.
over there. Mr. Barrera had a chance to take a look at it this.
Spend your lunch money, Salinas.
You looking directly at me?
How about Mr. Barrera, council member, treat us?
Yeah, to lunch. There you go.
Hey, can we say the bagels and the tangerine?
You know, you got mixed
All
Yeah.
right, let's get back to business, everyone. Okay, item number 6, public hearings. We have none today, so we are going to move on to action items number 7. 7.1, ratify the collective bargaining agreement between Amalgamated Transit Union Local 1225 employees and Monterey Salinas Transit District. And this is going to be Michael Laredo and Kelly Halkin that will give us, they gave us the information, but who is going to, are you going to give the report?
So I'll
Kelly?
give a very brief one. So this is before you a 3-year contract for approval. This is regarding your union of the Amalgamated Transit Union, local 1225. This is 181 of your employees. We have reached that tentative agreement. It's been already approved by the union. It's a 3-year contract at 13.8%.
All right, very good. Thank you. Okay, are there any questions from the committee at this time? All right, I'd like to open it up to the public. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to comment on this item? Seeing none in the chambers. Seeing none online, I'll close public comment. And do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion for Mr. Barrera and a second by Mr. Emilio. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Thank you. All right, moving on. Item number 7.2, receive presentation on MST land utilization study and provide direction to staff. And this is Lisa Ryan.
Thank you, Chair and members of the board. I'll be presenting this item on the land utilization study. This before the board in January at your strategic planning session of this year. So we're now back and no formal action is needed of the board. In fact, we'd prefer that you didn't, but provide some direction to us to begin researching some of the Surplus Lands Act and looking specifically at the land adjacent to the Marina Transit Exchange as the first priority in terms of development. It makes a lot of sense there because that's one of the major stations of the SURF project, and it would fit nicely into the board's joint development policy, which was established 11 years ago, but there are a lot of items in there that still hold true today, where what we want to do as an organization is to develop our properties adjacent to transit, supporting transit, ridership, and also pedestrian-friendly, vibrant communities. So I included the joint development policy in your packet for reference, and also the land utilization study, which was prepared by Cosmont Companies, and Tom Jervosky is here online and is able to answer any questions that you may have. You can find that study in your packet as attachment number 2 on approximately page
Do you want?
51, 55, somewhere in the 50s. At any rate, so it goes into looking at 6 different properties that are owned or potentially owned by MST. The first site is the CJW Clarence J. Wright site. It's located in Salinas. It's our current operations and maintenance facility, where we deploy services for the entire city and beyond. And it's 2.3 acres, and we're busting at the seams. We need a new facility to be able to fully serve the city of Salinas for their transit needs. And in fact, you may have seen the press release that we sent out last week, noting that City of Salinas ridership is above pre-pandemic levels. We have quite a bit of ridership, and we're not able to provide more service because we can't house the buses and maintain the buses in Salinas with that 2.3 acres. So we're actively looking for another location which is larger and can house more, and we can maintain more buses to be able to serve the city and beyond. So the CJW site would be available in the future, depending on when and where we can locate a larger facility for our needs. So that would be potentially available to for Surplus Lands Act or to the open market. The next site is the Salinas Transit Center. We've been asked to move from that location, so we're currently working on a study that would identify a potential new location for the Salinas Transit Center. This is it's the largest hub for us in the city of Salinas, and buses come into that location, wait around 5 minutes, and then deploy out so people can make those really great connections to other locations. So we're looking at different locations within the city to be able to, again, we're at capacity, 9, 10 bus bays. We need more to be able to serve the community. So we're looking at that, as well as bus rapid transit in the city of Salinas. So depending on that study, that Salinas Transit Center would potentially be available for disposition. The next property is located in the city of Marina. It's located right next to the Marina Transit Exchange. It's about 2.1 acres and, prime for transit-oriented types of development. And now that the city of city of Marina, there are a lot of cities swirling around in my head right now. The city of Marina has a downtown specific plan. There's an opportunity for looking into the Surplus Lands Act and seeing if there's an opportunity for transit-oriented development as the joint property development policy would allow. And that one in particular is estimated to be worth about $5 to $6 million. So it could be a really good potential for MST to get some revenue as well. The fourth property is at Imjin Parkway and Imjin Road. It's a parcel that was transferred to MST through the military closure. And so it's noted as public facility in Marina's general plan. So we'd have to look at that property and see what types of potential is out there. Currently, it's a site that has steep slopes. It has nothing on it, maybe a power line, and then TMC is using a small sliver of it for an access easement for the California Avenue Fortag Trail project, as we've brought this to the board before. So it's not, in my mind, as much of a priority as some of the others. It can wait. And then number 5 is the Colonel Durham and 7th Avenue property. It's 1.6 acres. It's got an old building on it that would need to be demolished and abated for, I'm sure there's asbestos and lead paint and what have you. And it's part of the campus town development. It's part of the city of Seaside's plans. So that one is an interesting question because it has some development restrictions on it as part of that Fort Ord closure process, which can only be used for a public benefit. So transportation purposes and what have you. So that one is sort of on its way to campus town at some point. And then the last one is at 8th and Giggling. This is also former Fort Ord, although it is within the county's jurisdiction. And this one is a public, not a public benefit conveyance. It's an economic development conveyance, but it's currently going through the process. So MST doesn't actually have title to it, does not have the deed for it. And it's going through the city of Seaside's process for offloading that to MST. So that one can kind of go on its own pace as far as I'm concerned. So that's the gist of the report. Tom, I don't know if you wanted to add anything. You're online.
No, I think you covered it.
Thanks, Tom. So I'm happy to answer any questions, and Tom's on the line too and can answer questions. But really, we're just looking for direction, and I think the Marina Transit Exchange access property is really should be the focus given the information.
All right. Mr. LeVar.
Just a couple questions, definitely in favor of this. So on the number 5 property, the restrictions that were part of the Fort Ord agreement, is that through the state or the federal government that was part of that?
Okay, yeah, so that's a great question. I apologize that this is going to be a little bit complicated, but it's not too bad. So when Army transferred the land essentially to MST, they had to do it through the Department of Transportation. Then MST got the quitclaim deed from the Department of Transportation. And in that deed, it was designated as a public benefit conveyance for transportation purposes only.
So there, would, let's say like low income senior housing would not qualify for public benefit. Would, the change in legislation or a legislative act be necessary to allow an additional use?
Right. So the campus town development has parks and recreational types of features as part of it. So if they wanted to change that around and have, maybe some electric vehicle charging station there, it's only 1.6 acres. They could certainly do that. We did look into with the Department of Transportation, the federal level, to see if we could buy out or change that restriction. And because it's been such a long time since that transfer process, no one was there to remember how that might work and seemed a little bit confused as to what was going on. So.
And that's set more in the future anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I defer to the city of Seaside in terms of this, the campus town. I do know that on my commute to work, there's quite a bit of action happening right now on Light Fighter and General Gym. Lots of bulldozers and dirt moving, what have you. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to get out to where our property is. There are quite a few buildings that still need to be demolished and abated. So, yeah.
And then the final question is, so in the staff report, it talked about trying to find these long-term revenues. And was that in one-time sales, or are there other opportunities for us to use the land to partner with the developer and then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think what they were, and Carl, you were here at the time when the joint property development policy was established, but I think that was the case. They wanted to, the policymakers, the MST board at the time wanted to have joint developments with maybe low-income housing or other types of developments, retail below, housing on top, that kind of thing that would help support transit ridership. So it wouldn't necessarily be MST selling the property, but looking for an RFP to who would be interested in developing the property, and maybe MST would get lease revenue from the retail, mixed
We
use,
want
whatever, yeah.
to, I think at the time, the thought was that MST staff would continue to focus on what it does best, run the transit operation, and then we would partner or contract out some development opportunity that, we could get some ancillary income from it and growth. Let's keep it. But not necessarily become developers ourselves because we're not. So, and that's what I was kind of figuring, that's what it was, as long as that option was available, because that is an interesting one. And I mean, I think we would go out to bid for all of this, and some parcels might be better to sell outright. Some parcels may be able to keep and develop and partner with a developer. I think we just have to see what the market tells us. Thank you. And this is the first step of just kind of taking inventory and stock and what's the low hanging fruit, which we've identified as the current Salinas Operations and Maintenance Division, the Salinas Transit Center potential for relocation, and the Marina Transit Exchange adjacent parcels are those three parcels that are probably most ripe for opportunities, depending on how some other things play out in the city of Salinas. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, Ed.
Yeah, so I think it's good to always hold for the future. But as the executive director has indicated, you're not in the business of being developers. So is this the right time to talk about the help that the agency might need in the professional outreach to the significant cities where the properties have the highest priority? Where we would say, okay, let's elevate this to having a lead that does that. And that's probably not staff, a lead person that would be designated that we would have a contract for. Is that something that's under consideration? Because that's where your time suck goes. It just consumes your time trying to figure out what the other jurisdictions want to do, where their plans are, and then where the opportunities might be for us to, partner. So does that need to be somebody that we hire?
Well, we have brought on board some right-of-way consultants that help us with these transactions, and they are the names.
Bender Rosenthal.
Bender Rosenthal.
PMC uses them as well.
And so they're familiar with the area. They work with TAMC. They're familiar with the properties that we're talking about and the jurisdiction. So we already have some resources to help us through some of these higher priority properties.
Okay, so are you looking for board direction that says, let's engage more? Or are you just today wanting to give us the update of what the inventory is?
This wasn't designed to give you an update of what the inventory is that you asked for, but if you wanted to provide us with specific direction, I think what we've identified here in this report is that there are, 3 higher priority properties that we should look at. If you think otherwise, or there's a consensus that should be otherwise, we would want to know that. If there's something else you want us to raise in priority, we would want to know that, or we would want to know, hey, this sounds right. Keep moving and bring it back to us at some point in the future. And I'm not sure how soon you want us to bring this back, in another 6 months. In another year, I don't know. We can bring it, or we can defer it to one of the committees, the Operations Performance Committee or Admin Committee can receive more regular updates. Maybe that's the appropriate thing. Yeah.
I think what I was trying to, and to Carl's point, I think what I was trying to urge the board to do is provide direction that we focus in on the Marina Transit Exchange and have those conversations with the city and do more in-depth investigation as to what it would take to, find the best project for MST, for the city, possibly Surplus Lands Act. We're just sort of broad brush at this point, and focusing in on the Marina Transit Exchange, I think is where we need to be.
Yeah, from my perspective, that's it exactly. And I think since we have someone that's in retention that we could turn to, I wouldn't want to say, let's sit on this for 6 months and then see where we are and how we feel. We don't ever get anything done that way. I just think that we don't want to leave our jurisdictions in a position where it's more time cost for us to start that engagement. I think since we know Marina, Seaside, they're moving, they have specific plans. It seems like we ought to engage them and utilize our contractor to engage the other jurisdictions on those higher priority projects.
I know,
And-
yeah, and I was gonna suggest that perhaps we could bring it back in January.
Yeah.
That,
with a
you
little
know,
update.
looking, you know, in 3 months. That way, I mean, I don't know how everyone feels about that, but that gives us not, you know, halfway between the 6-month process.
Yeah, I mean, that was just my perspective.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from everybody else.
Yeah, does anyone else have anything? Yes.
Just in general, thank you for the overview, because it's good to look at
Yeah, for
vacant land that can be used, hopefully. And just not everybody might have read the remark that it says this is for the transit exchange property next to the city of Marina has expressed interest in acquiring the site as a possible new civic center site. So I know you're in touch with our staff, because this is one of the several locations that our city is looking at.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have one more quick question?
Yes, sir.
There's a.
Any of the properties, the priority properties, do they already have water allotments attached to them? Or any water meters?
Yes, yes. The Salinas Transit Center definitely has water. We have restrooms there for our employees in the break room. The CJW operations and maintenance facility, it's fully built up, has all of that. And then for City of Marina, I'd have to double check on that specifically. I imagine it does, considering when MST purchased it, it was a ice skating rink or a roller skating rink.
Furniture Mart.
Furniture Mart. One
Prior
of
to
those
that,
those things, not even close.
I skated right before Furniture Mart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was, yeah.
Okay, good.
So you were right, Lisa.
That's what I like to hear.
Obviously, the consultant will know all this information, because those are
Yeah.
very, very valuable.
Yes.
And so that's why I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
So some of the properties, especially those on the former Fort Ord, further out, do not have water, allocation.
Unfortunately, that one is Marina Coast Water, and they're not in the CBO.
So that would be 4, 5, and 6 does not have water, is that correct? Oh, the
I
last
don't
three
believe,
parcels?
I don't, well, Campus Town may have water. It probably does. I mean, they're building, so they better have water.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Question for Carl, just on the update on the Salinas Transit Center. It says that there was interest on from the city or.
From the city
development
and
to build a
from
hotel.
Taylor Farm and the city.
But that's been a long time. Is that still real or?
Yeah, actually, the first step we had to do was to do a study. This is because we use federal money. The federal government requires us to do what's called a fixed facilities analysis under Title VI. And we were struggling to find the $500,000 that we needed to conduct this study. However, with a local match provided by Taylor Farms and a local match provided by the city of Salinas, matched by MST, we were able to secure a Caltrans planning grant that is currently underway. That is going to look at bus rapid transit along the LSL and relocation of the Salinas Transit Center. So that's all part of the study, which will complete that federal requirement and will help us do the analysis of where are good alternates for the Salinas Transit Center to exist to support bus rapid transit through the LSL.
And is one of those sites potentially the rail yard?
You mean the Amtrak station?
Yes.
We're going to look at it as it's currently configured today. There's not enough space for what we need, but
No.
we would be able to identify how much more space we need. And Michelle.
Yeah, it's pretty constrained at the intermodal center there. Yeah. So how many bays do we have now? 9, 8, 9, 9 bus bays, and they planned for 2 for us at the intermodal center. So it just doesn't work
No.
for us to be able to.
It would have to
the
be,
city.
they'd have to take out a lot of the parking that's there, but that parking is tied to some other housing elements that the city of Salinas has for affordable housing, so it's very complicated to provide us the room we need and to accomplish everything Salinas is trying to accomplish on that parcel, but it is something we're looking at.
Yeah, and I would just say that stop is critical because it not only takes you to Old Town, not only close to the train station, but to the county government center, the courts.
Right.
And if it just moves, I would hate to have a site that makes it difficult for people to access all those.
We do,
services.
we serve the Amtrak station with regular service, and we'll continue to do that regardless of where the Salinas Intermodal Station, I mean, regardless of where the Salinas Transit Center ends up, we will continue to serve the intermodal station because that is an important stop. So there's
Just
no.
want to flag it early.
Yep, very good.
For sure.
Heard.
Any other questions from the committee? No? Okay, I'm gonna open this up to the public now. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to comment on this? No one in chamber, no one online. I'd like to close public comment. All right now this was informational. I think you've gotten some direction from all of us.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
And I guess hopefully this meets what you were hoping to hear when you gave us this direction some time ago.
Yes. Okay. Okay, moving on to item number 7.3, authorize the general manager or the designee to enter into a 5-year contract with Delay in Laredo for general counsel and labor relations or labor negotiations, and a 5-year non-exclusive contract with Hanson Bridget for special counsel services, both with the option to extend for 2 additional 1-year terms. And this report will be done by Kelly Hoffman. Is Kelly here? Kelly, yes. I was like, I can't see her from over here.
Let me get to that. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
Okay, Kelly Halkin, Chief Human Resources Officer. We're looking at page 97 of your board agenda. We went out for an RFP for legal services, not because of any issues with our current general counsel, but more as just the process. We had an RFP for 5 years with 2 options for 1-year agreements or 1-year options, 2 1-year options. Sorry about that. And so it was time to go back out. We did our due diligence in doing that, and then we actually had a great response from interested firms, and we held Lisa, myself, and Norm were part of the review group, and we interviewed law firms. And at the end of the day, we scored, and so our scores plus our the rating hourly rates were notated, and as you can see on page 98 is how those came out to play with the scores. And so it is MST's recommendation to move forward with awarding the general counsel and labor to Delay in Laredo and to special counsel services to Hanson and Bridget. And I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, is Hanson the firm that we've used previously, or is that a new firm for us for special contract?
We have, so as you know, general counsel and labor has been with Delay in Laredo for many years. And we have never worked with Hanson and Bridget before. Many of our peers do in the industry, but this will be our first time. Usually what's happened is special counsel has been assigned to us, usually through insurance policies for workers' comp, I would say, employment law practice type of stuff, as well as our liability, general liability with our CalTIP membership and so those are all assigned. We do from time to time go out for special counsel on special use. So an example of that would be the surf project. Given the interviews that were done by Lisa, Norma, and myself, we thought it was prudent to award a special counsel contract to Hanson Bridget based on their depth within their law firm group that we saw would be beneficial for certain things like our procurement, DBE, potentially land use in the future, those kind of things.
Yeah, that makes sense. And one follow-up question is, in each of those contracts, I know that they're for 5 and then they have extension
Yes.
clauses. Are both of them also including under terms and conditions or cancellation or breach? What is the out clause for the board that would say we're in year 3 and we want to cancel? What's the clause? What does that read?
The clause
or cancellation clauses?
The cancellation clause itself would be, it's normally 30 days notice. And it would have to be based on, we would have to show cause of why would we be going out of that contract.
Yeah, so it's listing conditions of
Yeah, we have,
Yes.
performance specific. We show
Yes.
cause and then we
we
notice.
provide an
And vice
opportunity
versa.
to cure.
Right.
We say,
Yeah.
we don't like this, we're putting you on notice, if this doesn't get better, we're gonna terminate this contract. This gets better by that when. If they meet those terms, we continue the contract, if they don't, we terminate the contract.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, we generally reserve our rights to go to court versus mediation or arbitration.
Yeah.
We prefer not to
To give up those rights.
give up those rights.
Yeah.
So those are the general, and it's always, state of California, county of Monterey. That's where we're gonna have any cases tried. So venue, termination are pretty standard in all of our agreements. Yeah.
Chair, that's the only questions I had.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Barrera.
Thank you. I like the mister. Remember that.
Okay, Tony, we got it.
That's what my wife calls me, man. Delee and Laredo, have they done special counsel for MST?
They have taken on issues as general counsel for us that they've taken on issues that special counsel can do. And they've also given us, or advised us when we may want to look out for special counsel in specific areas.
So I know your report says best interest and best value. So with Hanson Bridget, I do see senior counsel, but what would be the fee for special counsel services?
Myself and Lisa and Norm did not review the rate. That would be Stephen Bruno who handles that.
So I think I can answer that. Any one of those rates listed could be based. Special counsel is when we call them in and we determine which level are we going to need. We might only need a paralegal.
Yeah.
I doubt it,
Okay.
but, or we may need some higher, special counsel is more the topic area that we need. So rates are based on what level of expertise within that topic area
And
we're going to need.
just to, Catherine, who is in the back here with Hanson and Bridget, she would be our point of contact that we would reach out to. And we would then work with her of who would be the appropriate person or level to use for that issue.
Great. So with special counsel, you just pay them when you're gonna do something specific.
Correct. Yeah,
There's not
they're
like-
not on a retainer.
No, thank you. I like that word.
So it's so this way we have pre-bid, basically, knowing that we've had issues before. An example of where Delay and Laredo have helped us with special counsel, I'd say is Pepra, right? This is something very new for everybody. When it came down, they became experts. Area where we use special counsel, Surf Sequa. That was something unique that we had to go up against the Coastal Commission and needed that special counsel, and we brought in another party to help us there. Or ballot measure. When we put our ballot measure on the ballot, we had special counsel to advise us on the language of the ballot.
So
And I use special counsel all the time.
Yeah.
With our liability cases through our CalTIP insurance pool, they automatically assign special counsel. And then myself and Michael work with that special counsel on those issues.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So when they're doing special counsel, Delay and Laredo work with them or? it's
They
kind of-
work with them in the aspect that they're reviewing the emails that come through, and if needed, they can jump on a conference call with that special attorney if MST feels that that is what is needed. majority of time, it's not needed for them to be there, but they are reviewing emails that are coming in from the special counsel on the status of the case or claim.
Thank you.
So in other words, it's the expertise of the council. That's why we're having the special
Correct.
counsel, which makes complete sense. Okay. I'm surprised that this is the first time
Yeah.
that we've done that.
We went out about 12 years ago, 14 years ago, and we just didn't really get a big response from law firms. That doesn't mean that we don't use special counsel. It's just makes it a little bit more difficult when you're trying to go and shop special counsels, and this allows us to stay within our procurement policy and guidelines by doing it this way versus us having to go out and get quotes and
Exactly.
whatnot.
Yeah. It saves time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Mhm.
good.
We need it.
We need that.
More than
Yeah. All right. Are there any other additional questions from the committee?
This one.
Yes,
do
sir.
you have a, does the law firm have a local office? Either
Uh,
Fresno, LA?
Catherine can answer.
Like that.
Good morning, Board of Directors. I'm Catherine Sue. I'm an attorney at Hanson Bridget, and I'll be the point of contact for this contract. We're thrilled to have the opportunity to work with you. We don't have an office in Monterey. Our main office closest to here is in San Francisco. But we specialize in providing general counsel and special counsel services to transit agencies throughout the state of California. So we're also general counsel to Santa Cruz Metro, your neighbors, and a variety of other transit agencies. So we're familiar with visiting and working with agencies and general counsel, and excited to share our expertise and to support your staff. So thank
Very
you.
good. Thank
Sure,
you.
Thank you.
And she doesn't mind ever coming to Monterey Peninsula.
Probably not.
She's here now.
No. Catherine gladly jumped on that to come down here.
All right. Are there any other questions from anyone? Okay, I'd like to open this up to the public. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to comment on this item? Seeing none, I'm going to close public comment and open it up for a motion.
I'd like to
At
make
this
a
point?
motion with a comment that I made.
Yes.
Second.
Okay.
I do want to say, I've been with MSC for a while here, and I really appreciate the integrity of, especially Laredo. I really do. I appreciate when we've had critical issues. They're in front of the work. I believe their work, and when they give us the presentations, they answer the questions, and I think you've been a good servant. So you and your father. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Barrera and a second by Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. All right. Moving on, item number 8, reports and information items. General Manager CEO monthly report is online in our packets. Does anyone have any questions? Or Carl, do you have anything additional?
No, just ridership continues to grow. You've already heard what's happening in Salinas with great growth there. Having trouble sometimes keeping up with the growth. But all in all, doing great things. We had in July, the report showed, interestingly enough, that the contactless tap to pay was a higher percentage than our old monthly passes. So that's first time that's happened. So we're continuing to work on that. And then if you look at the very last report, the open positions report, you'll see that we have more drivers than we budgeted for, and that's a good problem to have. So now we're focusing on maintenance personnel. The board heard in the administrative committee received a report of some preliminary financial results for the last fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. And we ended up with $5 million more revenue than we anticipated for the year, which basically better performance from the local TDA, local transportation fund, state sales tax than was presented to us by TAMC some 16 months earlier. So we budgeted a little lower and got more revenue in. And then because we did not have full employment throughout most of the year on our driver's side and in other positions as well. We came in at about $3 million under budget, remaining, leaving us with about an $8 million surplus tentatively until this is a first draft at it. Those numbers will change and we'll come back to you with full, but we seem to be in good shape financially at this point. Revenues were better and expenses were less. That's a good problem to have.
Question regarding the maintenance workers. So our city is going through what it's called as a comprehensive plan to end youth violence, which is a series of strategies. This phase two. Our first one was fully implemented, very successful. But we just started up our meetings, but in that conversation was amongst everybody, I think it was 20 people, was the desire to create programs for either training, and it's basically trade training. Would there be opportunities to work with the King City branch and residents local, be with young kids, generally 18 and over?
Yeah, for maintenance, we're starting to experiment with the ATU-led effort, California Transit Works. Is that what's the CTW? You saw some presentations here, if you remember the guy with the big belt. So that's a coordinated effort with the Amalgamated Transit Union, who has helped create some high school level programs, shop classes that can feed into the transit industry. And we hope to get some work with our local vocational schools, whether it's Hartnell University. So we're at early stages of that, helping and supporting the ATU and their CTW program to get funding to do that. So we've targeted that as a priority for us to develop the local pool and stream of future maintenance technical workers, because it's more than turning wrenches now. It's a lot of electrical, a lot of very high, they're less mechanics and more techs today. So we're trying to tap into that.
Could I get information? Like, I'd love to have a presentation from the ATU person, maybe at one of our meetings. So can I?
Norm, either MST or ATU or jointly can come to is it a King City meeting or a different group?
King City.
King City.
So it's King City led, but it's a community group.
Yeah.
And I can give you more information online.
We'll be happy to do that.
And I wanna request the same for Soledad.
Okay.
Soledad, King City has a Cornell educational center.
Right.
And in our case, it's in a lot more. So I would love to have one in King City and one in Soledad so that we can cover the whole entire South County.
Okay. I hope after all this, next year we'll have the maintenance department staffing will be under the line. Great. We'll see.
And eventually we have transit service between our cities.
Just in general, apprenticeships are so important for any of the trades, and I hope that all the cities as employers also look into this in the county. Because we all were young ones and we needed apprenticeships or internships.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, we have quite a few of them in
yes,
ours.
Thank you for this.
Anyone else have anything related to the legislation report or the state? I hope everyone had an opportunity to look at those. Staff trip reports are also in there. Page 111 to 117. Any questions or comments? Any correspondence?
Some great articles about MST winning best
the awards,
award, and we'll be going to
Good job.
Chair Carbone, Board Member Barrera, Board Member Smith will be joining me and Lisa and the executive team, a management team, as well as we're bringing the first time we've done this, but first time we've won this award, we're bringing the local president of the ATU with us to help us accept the award. So Chair Carbone representing the board, myself representing the staff, and Steve representing the frontline workers covered by the ATU will be on site to receive that award. All of which we get about, Mike, you were there in 2019 when we won the advertising award. We get up there for about, maybe 30 seconds? We get about 30 seconds on the stage, but we'll take it.
That's okay. That's
And
okay.
I think my job is to help make sure Mr. Barrera is on time for breakfast.
Thank you already.
Yeah, definitely take pictures. Do a report for us, hopefully, when you get back.
Yes, we'll have pictures.
All right.
Swag.
There you go.
And video.
Yeah.
And video, sure.
All right. Item number 9, board reports, comments and referrals. Just one thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention. You all have a copy of this. It's, we need to have 100% complete evaluation, by September 30th for our fearless leader here. And so I think he has proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that, he might get a good evaluation. We'll see.
Wow.
There it is. And
Uh,
it was purely coincidental. I brought up the 2025
Yeah.
Operator of the Year award. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how.
I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, can I just submit
Yes.
my photograph from, the.
From last year?
Yeah, and just, photograph. No, could we get an electronic copy of the performance evaluation? so we
Yeah.
can Compare that.
I was gonna say,
electronic.
Vice Chair, I will be sending out after this meeting, the electronic version. You can either scan your hard copy and send it to me. You can email it to me. You can drop it off in my office. But I'll also be sending out both in PDF and Word,
Great.
the version that you guys have. So
Good.
you can edit it as you want.
Good.
Thank you.
I feel like we just did this, but I guess I was wrong.
We did.
All right. Yes, sir.
I don't have a comment, but a question. I know when Salinas, we're getting ready to celebrate El Grito weekend on Alisal. And I want to make sure that MST, anytime we're closing streets for events, that you are being notified in a timely fashion.
Yes.
I like that. Thank you.
Whether it's the Kitty Capers Horse Parade or El
Hey.
Grito, they let us know.
Let's get some horses out there.
All right. Yes, yes.
I just wanted to request information, an update on the circulars and how that's going, the ridership for Greenfield and, probably all of our South County cities, but yeah, if I could ask for. that
Yeah,
information
I
later.
think we said that we were gonna provide those on a quarterly
Okay,
basis. So with the September results, I think we would provide that in November. So we're planning for the November board meeting to give you the results through September.
awesome. Thank you.
Great. Okay, anybody else? Yes.
Well, in regards to the circulation buses, is there any plan for adding
Other locations.
More?
No. What is the name of it? What they people so people can sit down and need protection.
Oh, benches.
Benches
and shelters.
Shelter, bus
Yeah,
shelter.
shelter,
Not for the circulators. or-
Yeah, we have your board's adopted some guidelines on how we distribute those limited resources. Based on ridership, how many people are at a specific stop, and so that's kind of how when we hit certain levels, we put stops out there. Or if there's a high number of persons with disabilities that might be using a stop, we'll use Measure Q funds to add a different stop. So I don't know what specifically we have planned in Soledad, but we can look at that and address. That's how we go about allocating.
Yeah, so we can promote it more.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I maybe half a year ago, I asked for the VTA center at Marina, if anything could be added there. When I saw one of our veterans sit
Right.
in the rain, there's no shelter and it's very modern, so it might be hard to do anything, but
I
this is a-
recall that request. I don't know
Yes,
where that is
have a
in the
look into it.
lineup, if we ever did anything with it, but I will follow up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Nope. The reports are online. Okay, so we are now going to move into closed session. Item number 11.1, review incentive pool for MSTEA and confidential unit and provide direction. And item number 11.2, conference with real property negotiators, government code 54956.8, APN numbers 003-051-086, 003-051-087, and 003-051-072 in Salinas, California, MST negotiators, Carl Sidoric, general manager, under negotiation, price and terms. All right. So,
Public comment.
right. I was getting there. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to make a comment relating to either one of these two items? Seeing no one in chamber, seeing no one online, I think now we can move into, I'll close public comment and we'll move into closed session. Well, that was a mouthful, huh? Sorry, I.
You won't even need to sit.
1 o'clock.
I'll even hand you the.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I don't mean to.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think
Another
we had covered everything anyway.
But
Yes.
I mean, it was good. I took one of those papers. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Madam Chair, if you'd like, I can report out.
Yes, please.
All right, so the board did meet in closed session on 2 items. The first item, item 11-1. This was for the incentive pool for MSTEA. Direction was given to staff to provide a 3% incentive pool that will come back for action next month. The second item, conference with real property negotiators. The APNs are listed in your packet. There was a general discussion, and this will be coming back at a future date for more discussion. That concludes my report.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Like to?
Bus is outside and
Right.
anybody who's interested, go ahead and take a look.
All right. Okay, we'll now, yes. Okay, we'll now, meeting is adjourned at 12.